Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another round of Fail PG. I am the Mighty Mage, and tonight we have with us Surge, Goat, and Ross, the boss.
Damn it, you messed up my whole thing. Yeah, you know what? Fine.
Just total fail. But that is why we are Fail PG, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
All
Yes, we are.
fails, all the time. So, we are coming back from a month or so break and recording sessions, uh, picking back up with poor Striker and Knoll, who just narrowly escaped death at the hands of the Murad Assassins Guild, but aren't out of the woods yet. They're still being escorted by Murad assassins now to the guardhouse, where their deception will probably be uncovered if they don't figure out something clever. Meanwhile, Ronni is still back at Lagash, prowling around along the riverside, looking for more evidence of the strange bandit group that has been harassing the city. Gentlemen, are you ready to jump back in and try to not die?
Yeah, I know I'm not gonna die. I know I'm not gonna die. I'm trying not to die.
We're gonna die.
Oh, look at you, negative. Look at the negativity, Jerry.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a negative.
I'm just here to watch them fail. That's all I'm here for. That's all I'm here for.
Yeah, so all my luck is probably not gonna work today. So it's gonna have the opposite effect. See y'all, we wasn't recording earlier. I lost a dice roll to Surge. That's how I know we're gonna fail today.
You lose a dice roll to me every day.
Not all the time. That was a one time.
Name one
I
time
had
when you
a,
succeeded.
Remember that one time at band camp?
That's different. We were shooting. Well, that's different, and that was for money, and it was on cardboard, and there were titties involved. We don't talk about that.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're having bad luck today, maybe that means you won't be absorbing the luck of everyone else, and they'll actually be able to roll decently for once.
No, so
Right.
no, we're counting on you.
That's right. Striker,
Gonna
you
die.
managed to get everybody out of the actual guild hall in one piece. Now it's going to be up to Noel to get you out of the city in one piece.
Oh, you guys, guffaw.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great. So, we're going to start with you, Mr. Noel. And to give everybody a quick recap, Noel, you're still kind of a prisoner of the Murad Assassins Guild. You've got no armor or weapons to speak of. Your hands are bound. You're being marched along in front of Striker, who's currently dressed up as a Murad guard with a borrowed tunic and spear and sword. On your right is a member of the Murad Assassins Guild, and there's another one walking in front of you, and yet another behind the two of you. And they're taking you out into the main street.
Oh yeah, that's right.
As
They kept
to,
Riku at the guild, didn't they?
Yeah, Riku is still inside the guild, and if they figure out that she's not a member of the guild, that might be the end of her right there. You guys march out onto the main thoroughfare. You get a couple of sort of nervous glances from some of the normal, regular passers-by, but they quickly avert their eyes and continue on their way. They don't want to deal with the Assassin's Guild or its internal affairs. What are you doing, my friend?
Well, I'm just gonna play it cool and find an opportunity. Just go along, knowing Striker's there. We'll think of something if I see it. I think it's too risky now.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah, I think I believe so. Based on my analysis, I think be wise if I don't do anything at the moment. Back to you, Jerry.
Thank you. Mr. Striker, counterpoint.
Oh crap! I hate you so much. So we got what? 4 assassins walking
You
with
got
us.
3 assassins with you.
Three. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this one, no.
And that mysterious stranger with the shovel is probably lurking about as well, waiting for the assassins to disappear so that he can pounce.
But you've been holding on in your fart for like 2 episodes, right? You just have to let it rip, and they go, "Oh, what is that?" And we knock them off.
Sure.
High IQ.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Do a bull ride show on them, and then it's over.
All right. So you guys slowly make your way around the large circular thoroughfare of the middle ring. The area that you're walking through seems to be mostly residential, but there are a couple of small shops and stalls set up here and there. There are people out in the street hawking wares, people pushing wagons of supplies back and forth. It's not super crowded, and as you're going along, people definitely part and make a path for you because they don't want to deal with the Assassin's Guild. But it's not deserted either. Murad is a bustling city. There's a lot of noise and commotion going on around you. As you go down around the circular path, you do start to see the low-slung building of the guard barracks coming into view in the distance. And it's kind of hard to tell because of all the other people milling around you, but it looks like there's some frantic activity going on near the barracks. Perhaps they realize that they are missing a couple of prisoners.
So, ain't one of the ones that's escorting me as my buddy, right?
Yeah, one of the assassins. It's not the fella who wanted to take Riku to the brothel. It's the assassin who seemed to be in charge of the guild hall defenses, who grabbed you when you first walked inside. You're not exactly friends necessarily, but he seems to be at least friendly with you. Yes.
Okay. Can I do a perception around? No, because we're right there in the bustle down there. I don't want to do this. Can I convince them to take them down a different path around to avoid all that commotion down there? Can I persuade them to try to take I know a different back way? Really don't, but I'm just trying to prolong it until we get around to the place.
Okay. You can take a shot at that if you want. That would be a 12 side.
12 side.
On your charisma.
That is an 8.
Okay.
And that's plus 8.
Yeah, I'm just going to be the person to say it. Skype is working swimmingly today. You've already desynced, and we've only been live for 5 minutes?
Hey, man. It's my Microsoft can't make a
decent product
work properly.
Yeah, I was going to say a decent product to save their lives. You're right.
Yeah.
And when they do, they always find a way to break it.
You know,
so,
it always decent.
You pass the check. Describe to your escort how you'd like to do this.
Of course, my camera goes out too. Yeah, we just love Skype and everything else a part of this whole thing.
That is actually the second time your camera's gone out within the 5 minutes that we've started.
I know. Just got everything should be updated. So I don't know what's called. Windows.
Updates, replacing old bugs with new ones.
Yeah, updates. So I talked to him. Said, "Hey, it looks like there's a big old commotion down there. I don't want to interrupt because they might be looking for somebody really dangerous. So how about we just, I know a different way. We're going to go around to the back side. That way we don't disturb them. And we can just, get him in the jail cell where he's supposed to be properly."
The lead assassin glances over to you, looks around at the milling guards in front of the barracks, and just sort of nods quietly, points off to the right, and the whole procession just starts to steer down one of the side alleys. And you disappear behind a building before any of the guards at the barracks who are milling around happen to see you.
I look at Noah and be like, I'm gonna try something stupid. Are you
And
down?
I like this. I like this.
Now, just because it's been a while, refresh our memory. How many people are with them in total?
They have 3 assassins escorting them currently.
You guys might be able to take them in that alleyway.
None of them have cups, right? So their junk is exposed.
Here we go again. Here we go again. This ball busters all over again.
I mean, that was how he escaped them the last time. Was doing some ball busting. So.
Hey, man.
I know
Literally,
Noel
go back
is
and
good with a
watch that.
spear, so eventually
Well,
I'm gonna do something.
Remember that Noel's hands are tied at the moment.
Hey, I can get close enough.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys are down in this alleyway, going around the back of the barracks right now. Roll, Noel and Stryker, both of you roll 12 sides.
Okay.
Side.
Damn it.
Hey, cat. Hold on.
I got a 6. I got a 6. What you get?
I got a 7.
Oh, okay. 6 and 7. All right.
As far as either of you can tell, there is nobody else in the alleyway or the surrounding area except for you and your assassin escorts.
Okay. How can I do a perception of how narrow this alleyway is?
You don't need a perception roll for that. I would say it's it's about 10 feet wide,
10 feet wide.
so about the width of a car, if that helps.
Yeah. So that means at least 2 people can walk next to each other and still have a little bit of room.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing that right now. I mean, Noel's got his buddy basically right next to him, shoulder to shoulder, keeping an eye on him.
So that puts him in
And
front.
his hand is behind his back, right?
I'm sorry?
I said Noel's hands is behind his back, right?
And I'm talking shit about
Yeah.
his mother and how I made her feel like a real woman like the night before and all that stuff. I'm going, and then he's like, I'm making him froth and all that stuff.
All right. We'll come to that in a second. Yes, Noel's hands are tied behind his back. Noel, roll a 12 side to see if you're like getting under the skin of this assassin.
Okay. Oh, damn! I got a 4.
Well, wait. What's your charisma on that? Add your charisma.
Hey, what is my charisma?
You only get a +2 on charisma. That is not enough. The assassin is just eyes straight ahead, paying you absolutely no mind.
Oh, dang it!
Okay, so
Talk shit about his robes.
Tell him how his sandals don't match his robe.
Oh my god. That is just enough to elicit a glance and kind of like scornfully, really? That's what you're gonna go for? Kind of look.
He has the adjustable hood, not the fitted one. He broke.
He just sort of rolls his eyes and goes back to looking around as you're walking.
alright, so we're walking down the alley. Oh, excuse me. Can I act like he's getting to me because he's like assaulting these guys who, quote unquote, are really, good men but not good men. You know what I'm saying? Like he's assaulting these people. And I'm gonna push him to the ground, take my sword out like I'm about to cut him, but actually cut the ropes on the back while I'm on top of him on the back and cut his ropes off.
Wait, can I say something? I'm gonna act like they're not cut.
I know that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what you were trying to do. I didn't know you were
cut
trying
him
to
all
do.
the way. I'm at least make it look like it's still like on you. He's going to
Then I'm
grab the rope.
gonna look at him, act scared. It's like I'm sorry. Just I shouldn't have said anything. And you say, then you say like, yeah, that's right. That's right.
What you got,
What
sir?
you want?
So I always knew a situation like this would come one day. So my question is it sleight of hand for both, or is it sleight of hand for one and performance for the other?
I mean, since Stryker is knocking him down and then pulling the sword and like fairly obviously cutting the bindings with it, there's no like performance or deception involved.
There's no
Oh,
slick
shit.
anime slice.
That's no come on.
I mean, they're going to notice pretty quickly that you haven't run him through with the sword. So if you do that, yeah,
Ooh, I
you're
got
going to
like
be
I'm
starting
about to cut his
combat.
hands off. I got like I'm about to cut his hands off.
Don't you have a knife?
I have a
No, he
sword.
doesn't.
Oh.
No, he doesn't have any of his gear, his regular gear.
Oh yeah, wait, God damn it. Hey,
Oh,
scratch
that's
that, everybody.
You've got the guard's sidearm, which was a short sword, and you've got the spear.
I could do something slick where I'm like, oh, you gotta love jokes. You think you can fight? And da 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 da. Like cut his arms. I was like, let's go. Take my spear. Like, let's go. Let's fight. Let's do it. Y'all stay out of it. And then
All right.
It's a start. It's a start of something.
Roll a 12 side for we'll call that a performance.
All right. Of course, I get a 6.
Can I get one? Can I make a roll for it?
No, this isn't
Okay.
free yet.
Because he's
Gotcha.
So you shove him and start your bravado, and you bring the point of the spear down as if to cut his bindings, and the assassin that's behind you grabs your arm. It's like, what are you doing?
Like, man, look. He want to keep talking. He think he big and bad. Let's see if he can fight.
You can't fight anybody in a prison cell. Come on, keep it together. And the lead assassin turns around in his eyeing unit, and he just sort of throws up his hands like, what the hell are you doing? Come on, let's go.
Like, man, I'm trying to defend your honor.
And the assassin rolls his eyes and then grumbles, your first mistake was assuming we care about the opinions of such gutter trash.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Y'all soulless bastards, right? Just playing with you, you know.
And he actually points at you and he says, precisely, and don't forget it. Now let's go.
Then he throws a rose at him. He's like,
What the hell is this, Sailor Moon?
Can we not mention roses right now? That makes me. That, I think about WWE wrestling recently, and it makes me sad.
oh.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so then we keep walking. I gotta figure out. I gotta come up with another plan.
Well, you're almost to the rear entrance of the barracks at this point. There's a single guard standing outside the door. He's spotted your group yet, but you're too distant to really make out faces yet.
Okay. I look at Nose like, no, you got anything? I mean, I have one other plan, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think they're gonna take us all the way down there. I can.
Roll a 12 side to see if you can communicate that without your assassin escort standing next to Noel hearing you.
He's gonna hear us. That's a 2.
What the freak, man? Stop rolling, man. Just play it cool till you get to the jail cell. Damn, yo.
Yeah, the guy walking next to Noel hears every word.
Hey, look, I just don't want y'all to go and they have even more red flags. Just trying to, keep the peace, if I should say.
And he calls a halt and stops and turns around and looks at you, Stryker.
I'm just trying to keep the peace. That's what I'm trying to do.
And he's like glaring you down, like, what is your deal? And at this point, the lead
I'm a
assassin
newbie,
turns
okay?
around,
Listen,
and he's getting closer.
look, I'm a
What's going on?
newbie.
What's the holdup?
It's my fault, okay? I'm a newbie. I let him get away. I'm not trying to get punished, okay? I'm just trying to be. I'm trying to go up the ranks. My daddy was a soldier in the army, and just trying to make him proud,
The
okay?
assassin just holds up a hand. He's like, I don't care. We're taking the prisoner to his cell. Then he's your problem. And frankly, if you're the one who let him escape, that's your problem too, not ours.
I look at my buddy. I'm like, buddy, my buddy. My other buddy or the other buddy. My
And he
brother
just
from
like
another
turns away as you're looking for him. And they just keep on walking. The
I said,
assassin
well.
standing next to Noel like grabs him by the shoulder and starts hauling him along as if to discourage any further funny
Once
business.
we get past the gates, I guess it's just gonna happen. Whatever happens, happens. Let's go.
You all
Crap.
get to within.
You guys can probably hear that right now, can't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
That firework.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like super close too.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yep.
Sounds like someone banging on your doors.
Well,
It's 4th of July when we're recording this, by the way, folks.
Yeah. Happy
4th.
Happy 4th of Destruction, everybody.
yep. Camera went out again.
Yep. Well, we don't want to see your ugly mug anyway.
Would you stop with your shit camera?
Bro, it's not the camera. It's Skype in this.
I know it's
freaking
Skype. It's my
programming,
camera
man.
you're using. At least it better be my camera you're
We
using.
gotta figure out something, guys. Give us some suggestions.
No.
Yeah, we would certainly welcome any.
Yeah.
Because the ones we tried, Jesus.
All right. You guys get to the rear entrance. The guard there salutes the assassin, who just sort of waves him off like, I don't care, because he really doesn't. They open the door, and you start to file past into the building. The guard doesn't really bat an eye at the assassin. He kind of glances at Noel, but doesn't really put anything together. Striker, I want you to roll a 12 side to see if he recognizes you or the outfit that you're wearing.
9.
One.
What's that?
Wow. You just barely managed to make that roll.
What are you at? God damn.
So with your modifier, you got an 11. Or no,
Nice.
you got a 10. Sorry, with your modifier, you got a 10. He also got a 10.
Mm-hmm.
You just managed to make it.
Oh,
like,
nice.
And he looks at you for a moment, doesn't recognize you, and then turns his attention to the assassin, bringing up trail. And you manage to get into the building without any kerfuffle.
I love that word. Don't smile, Serge.
You guys wend your way down the narrow passages through the barracks. There are a couple more guards inside, but they don't pay you much attention. It isn't all that uncommon for Assassin's Guild members to be escorting prisoners into or out of the facility. And they don't really seem to spare you much of a glance either, since you were in that party. You actually managed to get all the way to the prison block before you're finally stopped by one of the guards. There are actually 2 of them now standing outside of the prison block, flanking the heavy oak and iron door.
Mm.
And as you get to that, one of them holds up a hand. You can't go in there right now. We had a prisoner escape. He murdered one of the guards. We're trying to figure out what happened. You'll just have to stay here and wait for a moment until the commander comes through. And the assassin, he's just like completely fed up with this whole thing by now. And with a very disgruntled sigh, he turns around, motions or points to the guy standing next to Noel. You drew the short straw. You stay with him. And the other assassin grumbles a little bit, but that's about it. And he turns back to you, Striker, and says, I am not interested in waiting here for all of this nonsense to blow over. I trust that you can handle it from here. Yeah?
Yeah, all y'all can go if y'all need to. Y'all don't have to stay.
We'll have my associate remain here just in case.
I mean, he doesn't look happy to stay, but okay. It's whatever y'all decide. All right.
It's guild policy that when transferring prisoners, we maintain custody until they're secure. And so saying, he sweeps past you with his robe billowing behind him. The assassin who was in trail turns and follows him, and they both wander back into the
I'm gonna yell out like,
corridors.
hey, make sure you tell my buddy I'm gonna come get a drink one day. All right.
He doesn't even acknowledge you. He's just like,
Oh,
he's
no,
so
we
done
lost
with you
Goat
guys
camera.
right now. He's just out. He is done.
Skype. Lost go. What's going on? What is
Did
going
you
on?
do? Why are we now sitting on steps?
That is an excellent good question. Goat, what is going on? Wait, now we've lost everybody. Oh no!
Oh, sorry. I was trying to change the view for to see where the placement's in, and there was something called Together mode. I was like, "What's that?" And that happened.
Why did you mess with Skype? It's already shit. You guys probably aren't seeing it on the recording in here, but right now Goat has gone into Skype and just did some fuckery shit, and it is.
I didn't even mess. It was just in the view mode, when you see everybody has a rectangle. And I put it. I'm like, what's Together mode?
We've lost everybody's camera.
Yo.
Everybody's camera's gone now.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh no.
Serge, I'd recommend that we stop the recording here, fix the technical difficulties, and then start again.
It's fine. This will be fun.
At
least your camera's back. But
you know what's funny is I thought Serge
now
did
Goats is back.
I was like, what the freak?
But now we just lost Mikey's again. Okay, whatever you did, you're gonna have to get this to go away now because this is really.
No, I took it off. I went back
still
to
there.
I put original view. Yeah, it's on grid view now. I was just messing with views and then I put it on Together mode and then Together mode put in there.
Mine's still showing it.
Oh, like
Go
go
up.
It
the
did
top.
not.
There.
So we
I've
all
got
have
mine
to.
back.
Yeah, we all have to manually switch it back. Is what it is.
Oh, that's weird.
Guys,
Although, for
technology.
some reason, you're now really, really small on my recording.
Really?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
He's
There we
the
go. I
same
think I
on
got
mine.
that fixed.
Yeah, he's the same.
1 second. Let me leave and come back.
No,
back.
you're fine. You're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah,
You're fine.
okay.
I got it fixed.
Hang in there. So, guys, this is what happens when, stuff happens.
Well,
People go
that
pressing
was-
buttons.
That was strange. That was very strange.
Look,
Pressing buttons.
this wouldn't be fail PG if we didn't fail somewhere in this whole thing.
And today it was Goat's turn. Yay!
Yeah. Last time was my
All right.
camera every single 5 seconds.
Well, since Goat broke the world, I'm going to say that now we're going to switch over to Ronnie.
Okay.
It's like
Let's see what-
Murad and everything in it is just imploded into nothingness at the moment, and they've got to take some time to rebuild. So, Ronnie,
Oh, is this the multiple error screen?
yeah, everywhere. Blue screen is down. Murad EXE has stopped working. So, Ronnie, as I recall, you were following a sort of dirt trail east out of Lagash along the river, looking for more information about the bandit groups that have been harassing the trade caravans that you've been personally tangling with. You had just left a small fishing hut. I don't want to call it a village. It was just like a small collection of fishing huts, and continued on down the trail further to the east.
I probably refer to that as being more of a caravan than anything.
Maybe. I mean, it was a permanent establishment, but it was just a handful of huts, not big enough to really call it a village. You had a nice little chat with one of the villagers there, who mentioned that people have been getting harassed even along this little trail. And now that you're on your way, the sun is shining, it's a nice day, it's a little hotter than you'd probably like it to be, but otherwise it seems really nice. The birds are singing, the foliage is lush and green and thick, and a great hiding place for people to lay an ambush. And that's all that you can tell for the moment.
So,
What you to do?
first of all, I only have one question about the foliage. Is there any wheat? Is there any wheat at all? Growing from
Jesus
Wheat?
Christ.
Yeah.
Wheat, like grains?
Yeah.
No, it's like trees and shrubbery and stuff like that. It's a very clearly sort of untouched by human hands kind of nature.
Oh, nice. I'm just gonna snatch up a tall blade of grass and just kind of blow in it like it's a kazoo. Just like fold it. And...
Okay.
It's actually a thing.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just didn't picture Ronnie playing bluegrass. Like actual bluegrass. Okay. So you're walking down along the trail on your little blade of grass. It doesn't work very well, to be perfectly honest, but you're trying. You're making the effort.
That sounds about right.
And you're making the noise, startles a number of birds in the canopy along your route, and they flutter and fly away, and the volume of the bird song definitely decreases as you scare them off. You hear a sudden, abrupt rustling of the leaves to your left, and as you turn to look at it, you see a startled buck just off into the woods.
Cool. Gonna go ahead and just toss the grass up like that and keep walking.
Sure. The trail is getting thinner now, more overgrown. The grass is up to about your knees at this point. Signs of civilization are dwindling and getting absorbed into the forest. You remember that your villager buddy down the road said that there were more little collections of huts like his along this trail. So you know that this isn't the end of the trail just yet, but it's definitely starting to look more wild and unkempt. Still, so far, nothing out of the ordinary.
I think now would be a good time just for me to kind of take a moment, stop, take a look at my surroundings, make sure, one, that I'm actually still on the correct path, and two, just to, see if anything feels wrong.
Okay, give me a 12 for perception.
4.
Yeah. So you look around, and the only thing that really clues you in that you're still on the right path is the lack of large bushes or trees along the trail that you're following. It's overgrown with grass, but at least there isn't any shrubbery or anything in the way that might, say, block a wagon or a horse or anything like that.
Is there a tree I can climb?
All around you.
I'm gonna climb a tree just to see if I can spot the distance of like the next group of huts or whatever.
Give me a 12 for Dex.
Alright. 11.
Nice.
All right, you jump and almost run up the tree like a cat, up to the first row of branches. Fortunately, it's not like one of those really gigantic oak trees where the branches are 60 feet up. This is one of those that the branches kind of are low slung and spread out everywhere, more like you'd expect in a tropical kind of region. You make it up to the first layer of branches, which is about 6-8 feet above the ground level. It does give you a little bit of improved visibility now. You can see over most of the shrubs and bushes. And as you scan around, give me another 12 for perception.
Really?
What'd you get?
Hold on. It rolled off. Okay, there. Whoa. I guess I'm glad it rolled off the first time then. I got a 12.
And
12.
okay then, peering through the.
One second.
I think he facing the boss right now.
Yeah.
Everybody say hi, Ty.
Hi, Ty.
Hi, Bob.
She can't
Hi,
hear.
boss.
She can't hear you guys, but
Hi,
sure
boss.
she can feel the love.
So as you gaze through the foliage, you can see another thin, wispy trail of smoke curling up through the leaves, maybe a half a mile ahead of you. It's a pretty good distance away, but it's definitely there.
So, since I can actually spot, and I can basically tell just like how far it is at that point, right? So,
I mean, it's hard to gauge distances accurately, but yeah, you can see it. You can tell that it's a ways away.
Yeah. So, all right. At least now I know the direction I need to be heading. So, I'm gonna climb down and start making my way. And
Okay.
while walking, since this foliage has gotten to the point where it's so tall, I'm just gonna kind of just slowly swing my axe, cut some of it away.
Ronnie the lawnmower. So,
Ronnie the lawnmower.
give me, I'm gonna try this. Give me a 12 side for strength to see if you can actually cut the grass with your battle axe.
Wow, I got a 1 that time.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I needed to not roll off the table in order to get the 12 for this one. But
So you are swinging your axe in front of you, and all that it's really doing is like bowing the grass over with the blade, and as soon as the blade passes, it springs back up. It occurs to you just how difficult this must be for people who harvest things like wheat. Because you know that your blade is sharp, you should be able to cut through this grass, but it just wants no parts of it. You wonder briefly what grass armor would be like.
I have to ask Uncle Eric about this now. This seems like an interesting idea.
Woven grass armor.
Mm.
Fun facts, they did actually have something close to that in China once upon a time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Northern tribes
the
used to-
Japanese made theirs out of bamboo, did they not?
Yep.
Naman tribes in China did something slightly similar, and it allowed them to deal with arrows a lot better. So
Mhm.
when everybody from the north came down to attack their land and were shooting arrows, they were just like, "What? Why don't arrows work on these guys? We don't understand."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
there is
do not
something to be said for it.
understand our technology.
So you carry on down the way. Noises of the wildlife around you, the thick foliage around you. The only thing that really catches your attention is just, yeah, this trail is reasonably well set up for an ambush. If somebody wanted to hide in the bushes, it would be all too easy. But fortunately or unfortunately for you, nobody springs out of the bushes to harass you.
Oh.
Oh, I know. Sad face.
Well, Jason, stop losing your camera.
No, that ain't gonna happen. Maybe once I move, I figure out everything.
Move, reset your router or something.
Something.
So, okay.
Jesus did it twice. What the hell?
Stop moving it. So, let me think about this. Because I'm still going to just keep walking the path, obviously.
Mhm.
But, because at this point now, I'm a little bit concerned that nothing's happened yet. I'm going to actually just try to concentrate a little bit harder, see if I'm hearing anything. Like,
All
if
right.
I'm hearing like proper footsteps or anything as I'm walking.
Give me a 12 side for perception.
That one was a 4. So, probably nothing.
You strain your ears, but the only sounds you're able to hear are your own footfalls and the noises of the surrounding wildlife. There's a particularly enthusiastic songbird about 50 yards to your right who's just like trilling at the top of his pint-sized little lungs for a girlfriend. You almost feel sorry for the poor guy that he has to try that hard.
Oh, poor you. Keep it up, buddy. You'll find somebody soon. Just keep walking along.
At length, you round a small stand of trees and come upon another collection of fishing huts. There's a very small, raggedy-looking wharf that's built out into the river. No boats docked there currently. There are a couple of barrels adjacent to it with some fishing gear, some nets and rods. There's a fire pit in the center of the collection of huts, very similar to the last place you saw. A couple of spits over top of it with fish hung to dry. A couple of women scurrying around. They all freeze when they see you and then quickly run back into their little huts and close the rickety, thin doors.
Oh my God, it's a monster.
There's only one man in the whole village, and man is maybe a bit of a stretch. It looks like a 12-year-old boy. And he's got, you can't even really call it a spear. It's like this crooked tree branch that somebody just sharpened the end with. And he kind of eyes you up, gripping this thing, white-knuckled a little bit. And he notices, like, you're fully armed and armored. And he's like, hi.
What time of day is it at this point?
I'd say midday, I think. I can't remember when what time it was when we left off, so we're going to go with midday.
Okay. So,
snooze.
We'll start off with,
just say snooze.
Good afternoon to you.
Oh, say snooze.
I just happen to be traveling around here. I heard that some of the fishing lots out here have been having some issues.
We're fine, thanks.
Oh, don't you be worrying like that. If you're having problems, you know you can tell me. I'm actually on my way now to go find some of those bastards that's been attacking people.
He looks you up and down. You don't look like a guard.
I'm not. I'll take my axe and just slowly put it to the ground for him. No need to be hostile.
He doesn't relax at all.
Trying to remember. When I was at that last village, I either bought ale with me or I bought ale off the guy when we sat and drank. That's what it was. I bought ale off of him.
You bought the ale off the guy, yeah.
So, I'll look at the kid. Hey, you got any ale, kid?
He looks at you a little dubiously, shakes his head. We don't like strangers here.
Yeah, that's what the last village said. But they warmed up to me pretty quickly.
What'd you do to them?
Nothing. I sat down and had ale. It's easier when you're able to sit down and talk.
That's what they think.
I'll tell you what.
What do you want?
Just go back and once you came.
I'm just gonna go. Look, I'll tell you what. If it makes you comfortable, I'll sit here, leaving my axe on the ground where it is. I'll go and walk over and sit on what I assume is a tree stump.
We'll say that there's one handy for you to sit on, yeah.
Roll a dice to find out.
I'll sit there. I'll sit on that while my axe is still far away from me. And I'll sit here and I'll just talk. And you can just keep me company.
And as you wander over and just as you're sitting down on your tree stump, one of the doors to a hut opens, and this very big, voluptuous woman strides out of the thing with, no kidding, an arming crossbow, like a soldier would have. And she, fully cocked, points the thing at you, and she's like, all right, what do you want?
Woman after my own heart.
And I will slowly turn around while still sitting on the stump, and I will face her, smile. Good day to you, ma'am. And how are you this lovely afternoon?
And she looks totally unimpressed with your manners, and sort of like emphasizes that she's pointing this big crossbow at you. I ain't gonna ask again, honey, what you want.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well,
sounds like Mom.
Of all honesty, I'm just traveling. But I've also heard that the area around here has been attacked by multiple bandits. So, I'm just gathering information about all the attacks. make an idea of exactly where these guys are hitting you from.
And she looks you up and down and says, "Boy's right, you don't look like no guard.
Aye?
What you doing out here then? What you care?"
Well, I'm just a well-mannered southern girl, you see. And where we come from, we don't take kindly to people bullying other people.
And she cocks an eyebrow at you, as if you were saying that to mean her. And she seems to mull it over for a moment.
Once again.
And she lowers the crossbow a little bit, but she's still keeping it like generally trained in your direction. And she says,
I ain't raised no dummy.
"Ain't no bandits down here. They only bother folks what on the road. You really looking for them, that's where you find them."
That's what the other village said too, but I made my way all the way up here without even being attacked. It's quite strange, really.
"Well, if you don't mind me saying, you don't exactly look like the kind of folk what want to be attacked. If I was a bandit, I don't think I'd want you."
You know, you might have a point. Now stand up real quick. If you were a bandit, how would you perceive me?
And she looks at the axe that you dropped on the ground, and she looks at your armor, and she says, "I'd figure you'd be one of them Murktop folks."
I guess a change in outfit would help.
She kind of looks at you all confused. You want them to attack you?
Aye.
Are you thick?"
No. But if I'm gonna be putting a stop to them, I gotta at least make it worth their while.
She lowers the crossbow, rubs her double chin with one thick hand. "Yeah? I'll tell you what, you seem like a nice enough gal. I might help you with that. Them bandits has been something fierce terrorizing us these last few weeks. Been awful. If you're gonna put stop to them, I think I'll help you with that. You stay right there."
Sure thing.
"Boy, she moves, you fill her full of holes, you understand?" The boy who's still standing there with his pointing stick seems to be more afraid of her than he is of you at this point. Just sort of, "Yes, ma'am." And she disappears back inside the hut. You hear a crash, and some cursing, and a couple moments later, she reemerges from the hut, slung the crossbow over one shoulder, and she's got some really raggedy looking clothes in the other hand. And she stumps out, waddles over to you, holds these things out for you. "My husband wears these. Well, he did, but they got too damn many holes in them now. He won't wear them no more. I can't afford to replace them, but they might fit you all right. You's tall for a girl, but I think they'll work for you."
Oh, thank you kindly. I will actually, for her generosity of giving me the clothes here, how much do I got left in pocket? 23? I will give her 2 gold for the clothes.
Wow.
I know.
You
generous, right?
You hand over the gold, and her eyes get real big. What's this for?
Simple. For the clothes.
And she doesn't seem entirely sure what to make of that. She's a little bit gobsmacked, but she gingerly takes the coins from you and sort of curtsies awkwardly. "Well, thank you. Good luck. Boy, turn around so she can change her clothes. Don't you be watching her now." The boy about jumps out of his skin, turns around, and red in the face, walks over to the fire pit.
And,
very deliberately not looking.
and as I'm changing, I'll continue to speak to her. Also, I noticed that he's the only male here. Where are the rest of them at?
She seems a little hesitant, but mulls it over for a moment. Well, they're all out fishing right now. That's what they do during the day, you know.
Huh. They don't at least leave someone behind to help protect you ladies.
And she points to the boy, and she hefts her crossbow. We good?
Well, with a stick like that, I don't think he'll be much help. Maybe when I get back to town, I'll ask my Uncle Arik if he'd be willing to donate a spear for you. Something a little more proper, I guess.
Why, it's mighty kind of you. It's mostly for show. We let him think that he's really helping out, but and she strokes the crossbow. This here beauty is what really keeps them bandits away.
That's messed up.
Might I run a quick check on the crossbow? I'm just curious about the shape of this thing.
Okay. Roll a 12. We'll make this an intelligence check to see if you've got any familiarity with crossbows.
Let's see. That's a 6 on my roll. What is my intelligence?
You got so 7 total.
Yeah, 7 total.
So you're not terribly familiar with crossbows, having never used one yourself and not being particularly fond of them.
Stay in your lane.
It seems to be made pretty stoutly. It looks like it's been well cared for. It's in good condition. It resembles what you would call an arming crossbow, something that a professional soldier would carry into war.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all that you can tell, though.
Okay, but that one little detail is all I really wanted. So, you didn't happen to be a soldier once upon a time, did you?
Oh, me? Oh, no. No, sweetie, I ain't been one of them. You know, my husband worked for the Lagash Guard for a while, but then he took an arrow to the knee and he couldn't do the job no more, so he just does fishing now.
Huh. Arrow to the
Was
knee.
it his left knee?
Actually, I am going to ask that. It wouldn't happen to be his left knee, would it?
No, why?
Thank goodness. At least it wasn't because of the bungling idiot I thought it was.
Why?
Oh, let's just say I know a guy who's an archer and happens to like shooting other archers in their left knee. Even if they are on the same side. Idiot, that one.
He don't sound like somebody you'd want to... Well, I shouldn't judge. I shouldn't judge.
Whenever you take a job, sometimes you just end up with whatever you got.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
Touch more dollars.
And by this point, I assume I'm finished getting dressed. So
Yeah, it shouldn't take you too long.
yeah.
Although now you've got the armor and the tiger skin and the battle axe and something. You need to figure out what you want to do with those.
I actually have to think this through now. I'm thinking if I do this, if I wear... Okay, because I know I'm wearing gambeson leather. But I'm trying to think of how tight it fits around my body to if I can actually wear it under the clothes.
That would be a little bit challenging. Gambeson, by its nature, is kind of thick.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's supposed to like reduce impacts and that sort of thing.
Right. But that's why I'm also thinking, like, how thick is my gambeson armor compared to the clothes that she gave me? Like, she gave me her husband's clothes, so I'm like, I'm wondering.
Roll me 100 side to see if the husband's clothes are big enough that they can fit around all of that armor on you.
We got looks like 63. So probably not.
So I'll say that the leggings will fit, but the shirt, it gets far too tight across the chest. Her husband was a decently built fellow, but he didn't have the extra padding in the front, shall we say. And that combined with the thickness of the gambeson is just too much for the ratty tunic to slip over. When you try, it feels like it'll pop a stitch.
I see. I'm going to ask her if she actually has a blouse top that I can use instead.
And she kind of looks at you funny. A blouse? What's that?
All right, I forget where we are. What time we're in. I'm trying to think what would be the proper term for this.
You might be looking for a shift, which would be the traditional undergarment that people wore in that time period.
Yes, shift. That's what it is.
And she just kind of shrugs and shakes her head. That's the only stuff I have what I can part with. Sorry, honey.
Well, it's totally fine. I'll make it work. And as far as my battle axe is concerned, because I don't want to leave it behind. I'm going to want to take it with me for sure. But I'm thinking I can tie it up in a blanket or something and make it look like I'm carrying something of value during my travel.
And as you're sort of like discussing this or vocalizing this, the lady's eyes kind of get bright and she's, oh yeah, you probably want something, don't you? And she looks around real quick around the camp and stomps off to one of the crates or the barrels next to the dock, and pops the lid off, starts rummaging around inside, and pulls off an equally ratty-looking burlap sack. It's not real big, only about yay, but it might be enough to like hide the head of the battle axe. She closes the lid and stomps back to you. Would this help?
It just might. I'll actually try to throw it on there and see how it fits.
It's tight, but it fits. Although you're going to have to be careful not to let the blade rub against the burlap or it'll just cut right through.
Hopefully that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Hopefully. Other thing I could do is if there's any rope around, I could probably just tie. But no, that'll end up showing the form though, so we don't want to do that.
Well, I'll tell you what, while you're thinking about how you want to do this, I'm going to switch back to Nolan Stryker. So you guys are basically standing around in this hallway, waiting around for a good 15 minutes before an officer-looking fellow comes down the hall and starts approaching you. And I'm going to need both of you to roll 12 sides to see if the officer recognizes you.
Good luck. Go. Your audio's gone, bro.
I rolled a 3, man. You gotta get better. Man, you gotta get something better. Oh, good thing. Hey, man, maybe he offset it, man. Come on. Yeah, you got it, dude.
All right. Normally, the DM isn't supposed to do this, but we'll do this. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, what?
You got a 1.
I got a 1. And this officer stumps in and he takes stock of the situation and looks to the guard standing in front of the door. The hell is this? And the guard who stopped you there in the first place kind of shrinks a little bit. He's like, well, sir, it's a crime scene. I figured you would want get this fucking soldier and his prisoner in there. And the guard kind of shrinks away, pulls out the key ring, fumbles with the key ring, drops the key ring.
Of course.
And the officer like stumps over and is like breathing down his neck. Come on, what's the problem? Hurry up, let's go! And he's like frantically shuffling with the keys, finally puts the keys in the door, and throws the door, okay, fine, go in! And the officer, sorry, pathetic, and turns to you, Striker. He's like, "I'm sorry about this. This moron is freaking brand new. I'm just so done with these new people. Oh my god!" He turns around, stumps off. Lost prisoner, new recruits, dead soldier. Off he goes. And the door to the cell block is open to you now.
Look at this. The assassin that was there said, "Thank you for your service," and I'll walk him in.
And the assassin just sort of sneers at you, turns around and walks out. All right, you're
Salute
in the
him.
prison block.
Oh.
He gives you the finger as you go by.
It's like, what?
I'm looking at Striker like he's stupid. He's like, you better not screw this up.
Me?
You're the
You're lucky you're still alive right now.
yeah, you're both pretty lucky. You had some pretty good rolls to get you this far.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Again, what are life points between those two right now?
I have 8.
Yeah, Noel's at 8, Striker's at 4.
Yep.
Whoa, you dying, bro? Dang.
Now,
Strikers-
does anybody remember why Striker's at 4?
Get your little shovel a little heavy. Little shovel, dude.
And do you remember why Striker's at 4 and not at 0? Mister, let me give my contract to the little kid.
Hey. That was hilarious. though.
Let's play anime rules. Then we can get us. We can escape.
That was hilarious, and poor wording on my part. But that was hilarious, at least.
It was very funny.
Taking Noel back. It's just me and him now because the other guy walked away and the other. All right.
The guards are still at the entrance to the cell block. They didn't
What I'm
come
gonna do is am I in the same cell block where we was at before where Riku broke me out?
The blood smear is still fresh on the floor, although
Okay.
the body has since been removed.
Okay. So I'm gonna do walking him instead of going directly to the cell block. We're gonna make that. What was it? A right? Was it a right? Made a right to that little closet where me and Riku was at.
So that's back out the way you came. You're in the cell block right now. You'd have
I'm
to go
in the
back
cell
out
block.
past the guards and down the hall.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna sit him in there. I'm just gonna sit in there for a second while we come up with a plan because we gotta figure this out. We could play possum. Like, I just got real mad. And I just say F it, and I like look like I killed you, and you just laying down in the blood that was already there. And then when another guard comes in, knock him out, grab his clothes, and we just get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. And hopefully this one has a helmet so we can cover your face. Because I know you, and you will say something smart, and that will get us killed. God damn it. Just going to put a helmet on your head and shut the hell up. That's one option. The other option is I'll just leave you there and say peace out. And, I'll just survive another day. So, no, what you want to do, buddy?
Can you hear us, Noel? No.
Oh,
Go.
did you hear me?
Repeat that one more time. Sorry, I was looking at my phone.
He's
So
over
we
here
did-
strategizing, trying to save your life, man, and you're looking at your phone.
He's over there
Uh,
gluten-free gaming. He's playing
No,
Hearthstone.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Either we knock out another guard,
Yeah.
kill that one, and take his, like I did pretty much, take his stuff.
Mhm.
And hopefully this one has a helmet on so we can block your face because they pretty much seen you come in. Or
Yeah. Or
I'll leave you in there
yeah.
and I'll just say, I'll be back. I probably won't come back. But I'm going to try to at least get the guards away. Could cause a
Option.
I could cause a
Give me-
distraction.
Give me option.
Could cause a distraction.
Number,
Say I saw the one prisoner that killed him outside.
too high profile and it's striker, so things can go wrong. How about number 2?
I mean,
So
that's
you want me
also
to?
too high profile and things can go wrong because it's Striker.
So you want me to
You
leave and
win.
try to cause a distraction?
Yeah, I'll think of something.
I
I
was
mean,
going to say, okay.
I technically, if I'm walking you in there, I don't have to close the door all the way. So
Yeah, exactly. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
that's great. We're gonna try the distraction.
I'd have a better idea than that one, but
No, you're not allowed. You're
I
not
know
Not
I'm not
allowed,
allowed.
man.
That's the thing. I'm not allowed, and I've already got a better plan already.
I got a plan.
Just
I
based
just
on
don't
the
know.
information that I
fail on
have.
their own merits.
Exactly.
So there's 2 guards out there along with me. No.
Can you knock out a guard? Put my prison guards on. I take his crap, and then you put a burlap sap over his head.
Here's the thing. It is 2 guards outside, not just one. That means I have to knock out one of them. And the other one. We're in a tight situation, people. Hey, is there a sewer around there? Someone jump in the sewer.
You mean an
No.
aqueduct? An aqueduct?
The closest thing that the prison block has to plumbing is a bucket in each cell.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a bucket in there.
Come on, Jason. You got pull out that
How
90
heavy is
IQ,
no?
man. You got this.
How heavy is no? Hey, no, how much you weigh?
Oh, 1 second. It's on my stats.
He's a big boy, as I recall.
227.
I'm
Pounds.
225.
Wow, Striker's 225. Man,
I'm 6'1". How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
You're both big dudes.
I could probably carry him out.
Like fireman carry?
Like I killed you, and I just say, screw it, I'm gonna just carry you out.
Why would you carry me out?
And you know,
That looks
stab.
too obvious. It's like, oh, I don't know. I guess.
Stab, man. I mean, the problem is you gotta be ready just in case we get caught. So that's another option.
Hey, all right. Let's just go with that plan. Whatever.
Wanna try that plan?
Yeah. All right, Striker. You know, I trust your dummy self. Please don't screw this up.
So, before you all get into this, just want to remind you, Riku is stuck in the Assassin's Guild Hall and is not going to be available, most likely, to come to your rescue if you all bugger this up.
All right, well, we got it straight because
And
pretty much was
won't
a
need
straight
rescue
away.
herself.
She might. Or she might just get killed off screen, who knows?
Aw.
All right,
I actually like
so I'm not very confident in that one. Eh. Yeah. All right, so look, we're just gonna try it. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work. But instead of me stabbing you, we're gonna be arguing. Oh, you mother da 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 da. Your mama da da da. You gonna act like you had a heart attack. Yeah, I don't know what a heart attack is, or whatever the hell your heart palpitate, whatever. You act like you did. I'm act like, oh my god. I act like I checked you. Like I don't feel a heartbeat. He's dead. I'm gonna guards, open the door. I'm gonna pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
Big tub of bastard just died. And I'm gonna start carrying you out to act like I'm carrying you towards the morgue or whatever the hell they have for you.
Pretty sure it would just
I
be a
hope-
hole, right? Just a hole.
This probably gonna be a hole. Well, I don't know. This is back in the day. Don't they do?
Well, no. It's usually it's a cart full of bodies that they take to a hole that they dump.
That was only in the times of the plague.
Yeah, that's plague.
What's that?
That's
Oh,
plague,
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
To burn them, to burn
Mhm.
them.
I was like, do y'all still burn bodies? I'm gonna ask the question. Like, do y'all still burn bodies? Yeah. Which way? That way? All right. And I'm gonna walk out like, You big fat ass.
Let's reel it back in a little bit. So you're gonna start an argument with Noel.
Yeah.
Noel's gonna pretend to have a heart attack, and then you're gonna carry him out.
Hopefully past the guards.
Noel, you good with this?
Fine. I don't know. It doesn't seem. It seems so. Come on, man. Really, you kill me? Then why would you carry my body? Why don't you just leave me there? I'm thinking I'm being too logical. All right,
You're
do your
being too
magic.
logical. These are back in the day where they need the space for real criminals.
You notice that there aren't any other cells with occupants at the moment. Like
Shut up. We know
it's
what
a block of like 8 cells, and
Yeah.
none of them
Yeah,
have
why
anybody
8
in them.
cells? Why 8? It's either we go with it or we try something else. I mean, we can try to kill the 2 guards that's out there, but yeah, no, my luck.
Let's do it, man. Let's just do it.
All right,
That's-
we're doing it.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
and I'm also be prepared to grab my spear and stab somebody just in case.
I'm gonna need both of you to roll 12 sides for the performance of getting into this heated argument.
Have fun.
All right. Well, what's gonna happen? All right, Striker. What are we gonna do next?
You roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, roll 12 sides to see
I
if
roll.
you have the chops to pull off this little display.
Watch me mess up my roll. 3. There you go.
You want to know what I
Striker, what you
got?
get?
12.
Wow, you rolling? Hey, you rolling great.
Shut up! Don't say nothing else. We're gonna do it.
You're gonna
We gotta put
roll
on
a
the
bunch of
performance of a
12
lifetime.
all day. Oh, I jinxed you. There you go.
So, Noel, with your charisma modifier, that makes that a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So Striker starts like laying into you, and you respond back. You're a little bit half-hearted, maybe. I don't know that anybody would necessarily be convinced if they saw you, but you're in the cell block right now, and the door is like half closed behind you, so the guards outside can't see. You want to elaborate on how y'all are doing this, or are we just gonna hand wave it and move on?
I started talking about his mother, and he didn't like
You always got to talk about somebody's name. You know what? Can
Noel
I
is
punch
Noel.
him? Can I punch him in the chest?
Then he told me to shut up, and I told him I don't like that answer. You better watch who you're speaking to.
Hey, that's why your wife slept with me the other night. And then I'm gonna punch him in the chest. It was like I hit him so hard that he actually had a heart attack because of that. Quote
Want to actually
unquote.
punch him?
I'm gonna punch him. Not
Yeah,
hard, but you know.
Punch him? All right. Go
Punch
ahead. Roll a
Oh
Let's
no!
No, are you gonna try and avoid this?
Yeah. Let me do a roll.
Oh no!
Okay. Striker, 20 side to see if you can actually manage to hit him.
Oh no! This is terrible.
15.
I feel trolls involved now.
Oh, so many trolls. All right, so you manage it. And roll. No, you actually don't need to roll for this since it's an unarmed attack.
Yeah.
That's 2 damage.
Really? Oh, come man. Man,
You gotta make it believable. Shut the hell up.
you're a brilliant tactician. You.
Yes, I am.
Well, I'll take 2 damage. Oh boy. That just seems so classically Striker. Let's improve our situation by lowering our hit points.
Uh,
He's worked for him so far, I guess.
All right. So you've had your little performance. You've slugged Noel.
now, act like you're having a heart attack. All you need to do is just yell at, "Oh!" And I'm just sitting there, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
I'm like that hurt asshole.
And then
All
he
right.
just falls down. Then as soon as he falls down, I'm gonna call for the guy, like, guards. I think I killed him. I'm like, hold on, let me check. I don't feel anything.
The door kind
Where's
of
the
creaks open, and that really flighty guard who just got the dressing down from the officer peeks his head in. And he's like, "What?"
I punched him. He was pissing me off. Man, we walked here for miles. He was just pissing me off. He deserved it. And I just hit him. And he just there. Do you know where the hole is for this trash? So I could take him out.
And he's like, "What?" And he looks at Noel on the ground. And he's like,
He looks folded. He looks.
"Punched him to death."
I hit him in his chest.
This guy kind of walks into the cell block and kneels down next to Noel, and is going to put fingers on Noel's neck. Noel, roll a 12 side to see if you're convincingly dead.
Wow. Good job, Striker, for messing this up. Let's see.
How the fuck I messed it up? You gotta convince yourself that you're dead. Shut the hell up. Be dead.
15 out of 20. Okay.
12 side. 12
Oh,
side.
12. My bad. I got a 7.
What's your modifier? What would that be?
9, right? I have a 2
Mhm.
charisma. Yeah.
For the charisma, that counts as performance or deception. He feels around your neck and can't find the artery, and so he can't take a pulse. And so he says, "Oh God, you really did punch this bastard to death. I've never seen anybody do that. That's amazing. How did you do that?"
He'll teach you his technique.
Look, after I go drop him off in the hole, I will come right back and I'll show you how I did it, okay?
What hole are you talking about?
I don't know where y'all... Look, just like you, I'm kind of new too. I'm still getting the lay of the land, so I'm just going to take him out and dump him in the river. Can I dump him in the river? That's still allowed, right?
No, we can't just pitch him over because we got to go up front and deal with the quartermaster and.
Do you want to deal with him? Do you want to deal with this? You heard what happened last time when we came in here. You want to deal with that again?
The officer saw you bring him in. If he's not here when the officer gets back, they're going to think I did it. All right? No, you got to take him to the front so they can cross him off the books and then go pitch him in the river. That's what we do with the dead bodies. Just dump him in the river.
All right.
Let somebody else's problem.
All right, fine. I'll pick him up and I'll just start walking. Nobody else is coming with me. I got this. So that way you don't get in trouble. I'll take the blame for this, okay?
I have to go with you because I'm standing guard here.
Yes, you're standing guard here. You stay here. Do you want to get yelled at? What am I saying? Do you want to get yelled at? Because I sure don't want to see you pee yourself. I'm just saying.
Hey.
Hey, what? So I pick up Noel and I start walking.
Just get out of here, all
right?
right?
Fine. Yeah, I'll pick him up and I'll just start walking. Walking around like, God damn, this Tuballard. I wonder if he got a wife. I'm pretty sure he crushed her. Start walking out. Did you just... And then as soon as I get clear...
hang on. As you walk out the door, you pass the second guard. And Noel, I'm going to need you to roll a 12 side again to see if you remain convincingly dead for the second.
Oh, come on. What you putting pressure on me, man?
This up, I swear.
Oh,
7 again. I got another 7. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you look pretty convincingly dead.
Oh, man.
In fact, as Stryker walks by with you slung over his shoulders, he kind of covers his face and sort of shrinks away as if you might have something contagious. could be something to do with the fact that you haven't bathed in a week. So.
Yep. Woo-wee, he smells like a pig on a Sunday.
Y'all start going down the hallway. Stryker, you get to the intersection, and you can go left or right. Kind of think that left is the way y'all came through the back entrance to get here. But I'll let you choose which way you want to go to take this guy out.
I'm trying to get the hell out of here. And I'm pretty sure there's nobody else there. I'm pretty sure they still all out front. So I'm taking a left and I'm getting the hell out of here with no.
All right, you start to turn left, and the guy you were just talking to is like, "Hey, wait a minute! No, I told you have to sign him out."
Wait, it's this way, right?
It's such a fright. You quit trying to get me in trouble.
No, because when we came in, Okay, fine. I'll go right. But just know, if anything happens, you're in trouble and you're probably going to get the one killed. I'm just saying, time to go right now. Or they just don't have to know anything.
Just go.
Okay. You could have went to the bathroom at the time I was taking them. I'm just saying.
Down the hallway there, and pass at least 2 other guards on the way, both of whom are rushing around in a tizzy, probably still looking for you and for Noel.
Keeping my head down as I walk. I'm just saying that now.
All right.
God, he's so heavy.
I'm still going to ask you to roll 12 side to see if you remain hidden.
Me or no?
What you got?
Hold on, you telling me or no?
Noel looks pretty convincingly dead at the moment.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, before I roll again, I was like, wait, me or no? Okay. Hit 12.
Oh my god. You're just ridiculous. I gotta tell you that. You're just freaking ridiculous.
Am I allowed to say the words?
No. Shut your mouth. Don't say nothing.
Too bad I'm saying them anyway. Fuck you!
You pass by the guards. They hardly even spare you a glance as you're going. And you make it all the way to the front vestibule area. You remember this from earlier. You had that saucy, grumpy old sergeant barking orders at you. He's the one who gave you the shopping list for the guys on the north gate. And you stump in.
I was like,
and
hey.
And he glances up at you.
I was like, what's going on, man?
You again! I thought I sent you to deliver supplies to Captain Bucket. I know his name ain't pronounced Bucket. I don't care. It's funny.
Look. I delivered the stuff on my way back. I came in through the back way because it was too much people. As soon as I came in, they told me, "Hey, you." I was like, "What? Take this dead guy and get rid of him." But I was like, "But I just got back." Nope, take him, get him now. I'm like, ugh. So you know.
Shut up. Is he dead or alive?
He's a dead one.
He was in the cells?
Yep.
You just bring him in here because we ain't got nobody in the cells right now.
He had a little mini heart attack.
A what?
Oh, well, his heart went kaboom, or like a cannon fire, or like when you hit it with an arrow and just go.
You shot him?
No, I didn't shoot him.
Oh, that's too bad.
He hit me with the lotus fist in the chest and my heartbeat.
Well, if you don't shut the fuck up.
Is the corpse leaning up to say this?
Like, oh my god, he's a zombie. What's a zombie? I don't know. Like, I punched him in the chest really hard.
He looks you up and down.
He was talking about all of our mothers and how we do nasty things.
Punched him to death.
Look, I mean, yes. Okay, that's all I can say. I just yes. I'm just trying to get him out real quick because I don't. Okay.
And he flips open his book, pulls out his quill, starts scribbling something down. Name.
Fat ass bastard.
Seriously, you don't know his name?
No, I don't. They just told me to grab him and go.
The hell is he in for?
Something about killing somebody.
You brought a murder suspect in here and then punched him to death before you'd even checked him in.
I mean,
goddamn new recruits! I've been telling. He just stands up, throws the book off the desk. I've been telling them for years that they need a training program. These goddamn new recruits don't know nothing. They can do whatever they want. They don't matter.
I agree with you, When I was
Shut
promised
it!
to join,
I ain't on friendly terms with you. You just created a massive paperwork mess for me, young man.
I mean,
You know what? Since he ain't even on the books yet, and you done killed him before I could put him on the books, just get him out of here. And if I ever see you in here again, you're gonna be the one getting carried out to the river. You understand me?
Bye, sir. Bye, sir. And I start running away with him. And I run out of the. I'm gone. I'm just gone.
All right, that was fun. Go back to Ronnie now.
Now going back to Ronnie, I'm gonna take a little mini break. Have fun, Ronnie.
All right.
And I told you we was gonna make it out. Shut the hell up. I know what I do.
You ain't out of the woods just yet, but you're good enough. You're close enough. Also, we lost your camera all over again, like for the 18th time. Yes.
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 Ronnie.
Yes. So, this is the most I was able to come up with. So, even though I couldn't, like, tie it around, like, the top ends of the axe to keep it from, like, shifting around, I at least was able to come up with the idea of, like, tying it at the bottom. So at least it holds the bag in place. So it shouldn't do too much shifting, so long as I'm at least holding it at the, close to the bottom of the handle of the axe, and closer to the top end where the axe head is, where the rope is tied. That should at least keep it from shifting around.
Okay.
As I'm carrying it. So that's that. And of course, obviously, because she, you know, she was kind enough to help me out and everything. Sat there, just some words of encouragement. Got a list of anything that they could possibly need, so I could take it back with me for later when I finally get back to the village. Make another trip out there.
Oh no, honey, don't you worry about us. No, we're fine out here. You be safe there out on the road and have fun slaughtering them bandits.
Oh, I sure will. And you, young man, take care.
He just kind of nervously goes, very shy, doesn't really want to say anything. I will have you, sir, roll a 12-side for me to judge the overall quality of your deceptive outfit.
Okay. First of all, we're going to move this back out of the way now. I was writing things on the side while you guys were doing y'all bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby. 12.
Okay.
We're going to go with that.
All right. You look, for all intents and purposes, like any of the other fisher peasants who lives in one of these little huts. And it does look like you've got a bundle of something potentially valuable on your person.
That is good enough for me.
Yep, that's good. All right, so you could continue down the trail further to the east, or head back towards Lagash. What y'all be doing?
To figure that out, I'm going to first ask the lady before I go, has there been any, any sightings of people getting attacked further east or not before I go?
Well, we don't really know where they all come from, but anybody who goes out on this here trail, heading towards the city, they like to see something.
She said heading towards the city. So that means I need to be heading back towards Lagash then. Alright. So I guess we're turning back around, heading back west.
Okay. Heading back west. And you start slogging down the heavy grass trail. It's maybe, mid-afternoon by this point. Still nice and clear, good weather, sunny. The birdies are singing merrily. All you hear is their songs and your own footfalls as the little collection of fishing huts fades into the foliage behind you. And roll me a 12 side for general perception.
That one there is a 7.
Okay. And as you're walking back down towards the city, you again still don't see or hear anything really. You do spy an odd shape out of the corner of your eye as you're walking down. You pause for a moment and look off to the right. And there's nothing there. You're not really sure what it was that caught your eye. It takes you a moment to realize that, there's an arrow shaft embedded in a tree trunk just off the trail. Looks like it might have been fired from a position on the opposite side of the trail. Whoever was shooting missed and it hit the tree instead.
Can I examine said arrow?
Sure. Give me a 12 for, we'll make this an intelligence check.
That is a 7 again, so 8 overall.
Mm-hmm. So you, with a little bit of, actually, are you going to pull the thing out, or are you just inspecting it where it sits?
Where it sits, just to kind of get an idea of.
Okay. The shaft looks to be simply made, nothing too extravagant. It's not particularly good quality. The fletching is typical feathers. Might be from some kind of a sport bird. But again, nothing terribly unusual there. You can't see most of the tip as it's embedded in the tree, but it does appear to be a broad arrowhead with barbed ends.
Debating if I want to take that arrow out just so I can get a better look at that head. Or if I'm more interested in the idea of checking the area from which the arrow would have came. I'm going to go check the area from which the arrow would have come.
Okay. So you look at the path that it probably would have taken and march over to the opposite side of the trail and give me a 12 side for perception.
Ugh, that one was a 1.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Just shrubbery, and more shrubbery.
I want to actually enter the shrubbery and take a closer look around.
All right. You step off of the trail into the bushes. And you have to, it takes you a moment because your raggedy peasant clothing gets caught on the little branches and twigs. And you have to disentangle yourself as you're going along. The burlap sack concealing your axe gets hung up on a couple of things as well, and you have to very carefully pluck it off so that the blade doesn't slice the sack open. And as you finally make it past the first layer of bushes, you look around some and still don't see anything. I mean, they're not really sure what you were expecting to see. It isn't like there's somebody just lying there in wait for you.
I was more or less looking to see if there was any disturbed ground and see where the person actually shot from, but...
Well, if there was at any point, it's gone now.
Well, back on the rope we go then.
Okay. Fight your way through the bushes some more. Get back onto the trail. Now you've got bits of twig and leaf stuck in your clothing in addition to the usual nonsense. So it might actually look even more convincing that you're a filthy peasant. And carry on down the path.
Welcome back.
Hey, he's back. You walk for a while.
Yeah, and go make some more tea.
Yeah. Sick people got to do that.
Yep. This time, actually, Serge, I did have green tea. It was hidden.
Do you have lemon in it?
It'd be more healthier if you do.
I didn't see it.
Clove honey if he has it, but.
Honey.
Yeah.
You're making me thirsty for honey tea now. Dang it.
Sorry.
You should be. Shame on you.
Not sorry anymore.
All right, let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's try this here. Give me a 12-side, Ronnie, for general perception as you're going down the trail.
That one would be a 4.
Okay. All right, that's just good enough. As you're walking along, again, something seems to seem off out of the corner of your eye, and you stop where you are and you start looking around again. This time you don't see anything on either side, but just before you're about to continue on, you look down for a brief moment, and in amongst the leaf litter and the grass, you see a faint glimmer right in front of you, like something shiny hidden in the grass.
I'm gonna crouch down to take a look at what that is.
You crouch down. Give me another 12.
Ugh. That is a 2.
Okay. You brush aside the grass and nick your finger on the tooth of a bear trap. Jaws open. Had you continued walking, you would have stepped in it.
Okay.
Right there in the middle of the trail.
I'm going to slowly get up to a standing base. And I'm going to, as I keep my eyes fixated on this thing, and I'm going to just, from where that one is, slowly pan and see if I can't see another one before I try to continue on around this thing.
Okay. Give me another 12 for perception.
11.
So you look around, scanning very carefully. No, you don't see any others hidden in the grass. And it's entirely possible that there aren't any more, since you did come this way earlier, and you didn't step in one. Although it could also be that this one was freshly laid just for you. But as far as you can tell, you can't see any more.
I'm going to search the ground real quick for like a tree branch or something like that.
They're all over the place.
I'm going to pick one up. I'm going to crouch back down into the grass. I'm going to use the tree branch and set the trap off and see if anything happens.
You stick your branch on the pressure plate. The bear trap slams shut very efficiently. Clearly the hinges are well oiled. It's not something that has been there for a very long time. That's it.
And I'll even, just to kind of play this off, I'll even give a bit of a scream to play it off. Just,
all right.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Roll a 12 side for deception.
That is I don't get anything to that, right? So it's just a 5. Straight out, right?
You have a 2 on your charisma. A plus 2 on your charisma.
Okay,
so 7.
Yeah.
So you let out a shriek. And for a moment, nothing happens. All the birds in the area get real quiet when you do this. And after a minute or two, you hear some rustling in the bushes off to your right, away from the river.
Okay. I'm going to continue to just play this through with the agonizing screams and such. And I'm going to slowly ready my hand axe for when whoever this is comes close enough.
Okay. So you keep carrying on, screaming and howling, and the rustling in the bushes to your right gets louder. And after a minute or so, you see 2 heads sort of pop up out of the bushes. And one kind of glances sideways over the other, big lopsided grin on his face. Yeah, we got one, I told you, Buck. And they both trundle out of the bushes. One of them, the guy with the lopsided grin, is pretty rotund. One leg is a little bit shorter than the other, and so he stands at a funny angle. And he's got a really rusty, old, chipped sword in one hand. It might have been a long sword at one point in its life, but the top 6 inches are just gone, and all that's left is the flat blade. There's no point on it anymore. So now it's about a short sword equivalent to that. His buddy, just a few paces down behind you, is actually much thinner, a little, what's a good word for it? Not exactly frail, but he's definitely not someone you would consider stocky, maybe scrawny, maybe just not well fed. He does have a sort of hungry, gaunt look to him. His eyes are kind of like deep set, hollowed sockets, like he hasn't eaten in a really long time. And he's carrying a pitchfork. And he's looking at you a lot more warily than his buddy, but he also is kind of grinning a little bit, thinking that, yes, he might have actually gotten something this time. And the lopsided grin fellow stumps up to you and leans in a little bit. He thinks that your leg is still trapped in the bear trap. He says, "Oh, now, what we got here then, huh?"
And I'm going to just look up. Oh, so you're the bastards. And in that exact moment, I'm going to swing my hand axe at his Achilles tendon.
Okay. First, roll me a 12 for deception to see if you are going to be able to take him by surprise.
Alright. That is a solid 6. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't really think I have... yo, boss, just so you know, your mic's muted.
I know.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll give you that one. So you're going to be able to take him by surprise, which means I'll let you roll with advantage.
Nice. So, am I just rolling straight 20, or am I rolling...
Your 20s to start with, to see if you can hit him. He is clad with some, what looks like ratty gambeson armor.
Okay, so we just hit 17 on that.
Okay, that hits.
Alright.
And you're using the hand axe, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's a D6 plus 5.
So that is a 6.
Okay. So 11. Holy moly. That's a hell of a hit.
I just realized I didn't even use the advantage. I just rolled straight 17. I didn't even...
But the advantage was on the 20s side. Yeah. So if you had rolled low on the 20 side, you'd have rolled that again. Yeah. So you spring up and rake this thing backhanded across him. And for a moment, his eyes just get really big, and he tries to step backward, and you just cleave a line from hip to shoulder all the way across his torso. And he lets out a startled yelp and falls backwards, actually trips over himself and falls flat on the ground. Because that was like an 11-point strike. And he's just bleeding everywhere. His gambeson is in shreds at this point. It looks like it was barely held together to begin with. Now I'm going to need you to roll a 20 side for initiative versus his counterpart.
That was a 19.
Okay. Ta-da. Oh, here we go. Okay. His counterpart is startled as hell, but he quickly grabs the pitchfork and charges in, and he's going to attempt to poke you. And without your armor, that means your armor class is only about 12 now. So his jabbing attack is going to succeed. Here, I have to double check what that's worth. and he is going. You feel a searing pain in your back as the pitchfork jabs through the basically non-existent fiber of the tunic that you're wearing and into your back. Take 5 points of piercing damage, sir.
You said 5?
Yeah, 5.
Gonna put me at 15. I am going to, because I'm assuming he just has this thing just in my back still, right?
Fortunately for you, because he's gaunt and probably underfed, it doesn't bite terribly deeply, and so he doesn't get a lot of penetration.
Okay.
But yes, it is still kind of like sticking in your back. He hasn't pulled it out.
Okay. I am going to just, with full force, whip around to force his grip off of this pitchfork.
With it still in your back?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just going to spin with all the torque.
Oh, anime rules. We're playing anime rules, right?
I mean, it's the only way I'm going to get the thing away from him. It's either that.
Great anime rules.
Hey, I don't want to hear that from you, Goat.
Hey, man. At least I try to make anime rules convincing. With my body so fast that it goes.
That's actually something you could do. It's not like it's coming out of my back. I'm forcing it out of his hand.
Yeah, but your foot, it's being held in by your foot.
Well, he said it's not like it's so far in. So if anything,
12 side for. I'm actually going to make this a dexterity check. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to make it a constitution check because the thing is still in your back. That's an excruciatingly painful thing you're trying to do.
Fair enough. So 8 plus, what's my constitution? I think that's a plus 2, right?
2. So you got a 10.
Yeah.
And that is not enough. So you try to twist the thing out of his grip, and the pain in your back just triples because you're basically jamming the pitchfork in harder and twisting it and rending the flesh worse. And although the guy that you're fighting is not particularly robustly built, he still has a lot more leverage than you do because it is a pitchfork and he's got the lever on.
Oh wait, was I still on the ground?
You're standing.
Oh.
But he's got a lever arm that's like 6 feet long, and you're trying to like rip the thing out of his hands from an inch of metal in your flesh. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's anime rules. I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a little bit tough to do. Fortunately,
because otherwise I'm just going to be standing there with the guy with his pitchfork in my back the entire time.
Well, fortunately for you, his buddy fails to recover from the massive wound you just placed on him, and he is still on the ground clutching at his chest and his head. So you only have to deal with the one guy for the moment. He is holding on for dear life, and he's going to try and take a couple of steps forward with you on the pitchfork to like force you onto the ground or into a tree or something. Roll a 12 side for contested strength.
Jeez. He might have won that.
What is it?
That is a 3 plus, what is my...
Your modifier is
7.
8.
Oh, wait, attack is 7. Strength is 5, so 8, yeah.
Yeah. So he tries to push you down with the pitchfork and doesn't succeed.
Oh, did I win that?
He is going to do a little bit more damage. That's another 4 points of piercing damage to you.
This is not going well because of a pitchfork.
And it is your move again.
I cannot think of what to do in this scenario right now because there's not much I can really do. Do I still have the hand axe in my hand?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do any blind throws. I don't want to do that. God damn it.
What did you do with your battle axe?
It's still laying on the ground currently. But I'm trying to think of where my position. Well, he didn't force me forward too much, so it's still be right under my foot, right?
Yeah, that's pretty close. If you bend down.
Okay.
Pick it up.
No, because the thing is still in my back. That's the issue. Okay. I want to try to pull away from this axe first before I get this pitchfork. Before I try to do anything else, I just want to pull away from it.
Okay. That'll be a 12 for Dex.
That is another 4. That is Dex is +2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so 6. So that's probably
That's good enough. You rolled
is
pretty
it?
low.
Oh, well then.
So you dig in your heels and you surge forward and rip the thing out of your back. He can't keep up with you. He's actually caught off guard by how suddenly you surge forward, and he's left kind of stumbling, and you are free of the pitchfork.
Okay, so in that moment, as I free myself, I want to bend down, grab my battle axe, and then just with enough force for the burlap sack to get cut.
Okay.
Just so he can see what he's going to have to deal with now.
I'm going to want you to do another 12 for Dex to see if you've got the speed and the accuracy to pull that off
that is
in the same motion.
8 plus the 2, so that's 10.
Okay, I'll allow it. So now give me a 20 side for hitting him.
That is a 7, and I doubt that hits.
7 plus 7 is 14. That is not quite enough.
Yeah.
So you manage to get away from him, grab the axe, whirl around, overhead, strike, and you miss his shoulder by inches. You almost had the accuracy, but not quite enough. I will say, though, that your ability to do that freaks him the hell out. Let's see what his buddy's doing. And his fireworks are going off real loud and clear out here. I bet you can hear that. His buddy is still on the ground.
Yeah, I can.
Incapacitated.
Just so you know, I don't hear yours, but I can sure as hell hear mine.
Well, that's good. As long as they're not on the recording, that's what's important. Okay. Your opponent with the pitchfork, it quickly recovers, aims at you again, and is going to try to stab you again. This time head on. Wow, and that definitely hits.
Can I roll to counter that?
Because you did the big, heavy overhand strike, you're not exactly in a position to do that at the moment. But fortunately for you, when he jabs forward again, because you've shaken him so badly, his aim is off, and he just manages to graze your shoulder with one of the tines on the pitchfork. Take 1 point of damage. And it is now your go.
Where is his position compared to mine?
He's right in front of you, about 6 feet away. He's got the advantage. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. You've got a battle axe, so your reach with your respective weapons is about equal.
Do I aim for him or do I aim for the pitchfork? I'm gonna aim for the pitchfork.
Gonna try and disarm him?
No,
or break it?
I'm gonna break it with the battle axe.
Anime logic. Anime logic.
Not anime logic. You could actually do that if you have the strength to do it with an axe.
We're going to start with a dex roll to see if you've got the accuracy to hit the pitchfork with your battle axe.
Fair. 11 plus 2. So
Good enough? All right, now give me a strength roll. Same dice.
That is a 9 plus 7.
9 plus 5.
Plus
Still
5.
easily done.
I'm confusing attack and strength in my head.
Yeah. So you whip around, bring the battle axe down, and just cleanly carve this pitchfork in two. And the tip and the first 3 feet of it just fall helplessly to the ground, and the guy's left there kind of shocked, holding a broken stick. And he looks up at you, and he looks down at the stick, and goes, "Oh shit." And he turns around and he starts booking it down the trail.
Before he takes off, when he turns around, can I try to roll and see if I have enough speed to grab him by the back of his neck?
I'll allow you a dex roll for that. Yeah.
Okay. Damn it! It's not enough. It's 2. So 4
You got a
total.
2?
Yeah, 4 total.
I thought you got a critical fail.
I also rolled a 2, and his modifier is lower than yours. So you just barely managed to grab him by the back of his tunic. Unfortunately for you, he's stronger than the tunic, and it just rips the fabric, and you're left with the back half of his shirt as he starts tearing down the trail.
Damn it. Knew I should have used the battle axe to trip him up instead. Fuck.
His partner is still laying on the ground, unable to recover from the devastating blow that you've dealt him.
Good. I'm going to walk to him now.
All right. You waltz over to him. He's gasping for breath,
And
clearly in shock. There's blood everywhere. He's soaked. The ground is soaked.
here's what I'm doing. First, I'm going to punch him with as much force as possible in his womb. I'm sorry, I said womb. Wound. Two different things, kids. I'm going to punch him as hard as I can in his wound and twist my knuckle in it.
Okay. I'm not even going to make you roll for that because he's on the ground, armor's rent, isn't really going to be able to do anything. So that is 6 bludgeoning damage from a bare-fisted attack.
I'm back.
No, not that much. It's roll a foresight.
3.
Okay. You haul back and you slam your fist into his gut and twist the fist, and he gasps out. His eyes get real big, and his eyes roll back, and he just expires right there.
I'm going to holster my hand axe. I've already screwed up the burlap sack, so that's pointless now. But I am going to grab the bear trap.
Okay. Add a bear trap to your inventory, sure.
Yes. Don't worry, there's a reason for it. You'll see later. But I'm gonna head back towards the one that I just left. That hut of that little build of huts. I'm gonna go grab my armor.
Okay. All right. You make your way back down the path. You notice that the wildlife is a lot more subdued now with all the noise you guys have been making. But thankfully, there aren't any more surprises waiting for you along the trail. The pitchforkless bandit has just disappeared. No sign of him whatsoever. You make it back to the little stand of huts unscathed. Well, I mean, apart from the blood trail that you're leaving behind you. You get back to the little stand of huts, and the kid is still there with his crude spear, and he turns around, sees you, sees the blood coated all down your leg, and his eyes get big, and he says, Ma, that crazy lady's back! Hut door bursts open, and the big woman comes out, crossbow on her shoulder. What you back for? Oh, good Lord, honey, you look terrible. Why don't you come on over here? Come on now.
Thank you.
Oh, good Lord. You bleeding all over the place. Boy, go get me some rags for this young woman. The boy drops his stick and runs off to go and get some rags.
I look up at her, like, say, you wouldn't happen to know where I left my Gavinson armor, would you?
And she says, I put that in my hut. Just keep it out of sight, you know. Don't you worry, we'll get that for you in a moment. We gotta take care of this bleeding now first.
It's not as bad as it could be. Although I will admit, I may have made it a little bit worse.
She lifts up the back of your shirt, and she gets like real pale, and says, "Oh Lordy, Lordy."
Don't worry, you should see the guy on the road. He's dead, by the way.
I hope not to, honey. By this time, the boy comes back with some rags in his arms. She snatches him up. She says, "Now go on, turn around. Don't you be looking at him." And the boy kind of gets this, disgruntled, annoyed look, but dutifully turns around, goes and stares at the fire pit. And without even asking you, the woman just hauls your shirt off and starts like dabbing at the wounds and wrapping you up. Don't mind him.
I see you've done this before.
Well, I mean, it ain't the first time one of our folks has been attacked by them bandits. Sometimes they come back all right, enough that we can patch them up. You was lucky this time. This is a real bad one.
It ain't so bad. Trust me, I've had much, much worse. I've almost died, like, twice.
What? It's an awful dangerous line of work you be in, but did you give them bandits hell?
Oh, One's running scared. The other one's dead in the middle of the road.
You all right, young lady? You all right?
My only issue is that I think there's more. I'm gonna take a trip back to the city. Go, see if I can't get something a little bit more, inconspicuous to go over top of my armor. And then I'm gonna come back up this road again and finish what I started.
All right, now, honey. Well, you best get this taken care of first. I can wrap you up all right, but you're gonna need a healer to make this proper.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure to see them as soon as I get there.
All right, now. She finishes wrapping you up, and then trudges back into the hut, fusses around for a bit. You hear something else crash to the floor and some more swearing, and then she comes back out with your armor nicely wrapped and bundled. Everything is all there. She hands it back to you.
Thank you kindly again for all of your help today.
So I should be thanking you, young lady. You've done us a great service. I hope to see you again. Hey, you come back in the evening time. My husband and the boys will be back. We'll get some ale out for you and have us a nice spit roast.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks so much. Oh,
You take care now.
you as well. I'll grab my stuff, hoist my axe over my shoulder as per usual, and start humming a small little tune to myself as I make my way back towards the city.
All right. And that, gentlemen, I think is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Aw.
Hey, it's 2 hours.
Don't say
already.
aw.
We spent the majority of that with you guys trying to figure out how you were going to get out of there.
Yeah.
But yet, it worked.
Amazingly. Like, I don't know how you're pulling this off.
how, all the critical successes in a row. How?
Yeah.
He was getting critical successes. I mean, it was like nutty. I was like, what the freak?
And most of my guards were rolling like 5 or below.
I
a lot
guess
of
my
them were rolling like
sickness
0.
actually. I guess my sickness actually absorbs extra. So I
Apparently.
don't know.
He was playing a busted card. It said reverse luck. It was like it was
Too
a
bad.
tier 1 card.
Too bad he didn't play it the whole way when Ronni was hit in the middle of combat.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us for tonight. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. Please throw lots of shade and hate at Surge over here, because he's just a shady character and he deserves all the shade and hate. And maybe throw a little bit over at Mr. Ross as well for sucking up everybody's luck. And with that, happy 4th of July. You can hear the cannons going off. Peace!
Peace! Oh, wait, I forgot to hit the button.